Hey, what is up you amigos? My name is SuperRebel and welcome back to the second Watch Dogs video for today, and we are going to be talking about the weather conditions, how multiplayer is apparently meant to make you paranoid, and lastly how Watch Dogs was originally meant to be set in Los Angeles. If you're going to enjoy it, make sure you guys do punch that like button. Let's try to get something over 100 plus likes guys, that'd be really appreciated. But either way, sit back, grab some popcorn, and without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So, Los Angeles was actually considered to be the main setting for Watch Dogs. Now, for a major city with a rich history, the number of video games set in Chicago is actually really surprisingly small. But Watch Dogs is the first open world game to have its first attempt to create a reasonable simulation of the city. But it started out just one of many from a list that included mainstay settings like Los Angeles, for example, according to an interview with the creative director Jonathan Morin. And Jonathan did say when you choose to make a setting, it starts off with a huge list and then the list of cities shrink down. We had to research on more than one city. Some of the criteria that force certain cities to not make it, like LA for example was discussed but it didn't make it. And he continued to say that we wanted to make a game about surveillance as well as big data and all of that. Coming from Montreal, we wanted a city that was a bit more pressing. Like California has large streets and cities that have a lot of space in them. I guess we were emotionally attached to smaller, darker alleys with red bricks that surround you. You can feel through the city, through the architecture, through the density. All of the oppression that those cameras can have. The rest of it that we wanted to challenge ourselves is making a very dense city. Now, in my opinion, I do think choosing Chicago was a really good move and good idea because like I mentioned earlier, there are barely any other games with Chicago as their main setting, or at least any other open world games. So with that being said, this definitely does make Watch Dogs a really unique game, and I do think unique games are always the really good games. And Jonathan himself did explain that Chicago was a selling point to the development team behind Watch Dogs as well. As weird as it sounds, to attract talented people, you want to have appealing challenges. So when you sell the idea of building Chicago, you can pick the worst possible spot of density and say, you are going to have to build on that. Suddenly people are really enticed to challenge and surpass themselves. And like I said earlier, I think that this is a really good idea, and if you think about it, if they actually did choose LA, people would have only said that they are copying GTA 5, which people are still doing when it's just a completely different game. So like I said, it makes this game really unique. But if you had the choice to choose the main setting for Watch Dogs, what would it be? Let me know right now down in the comments below. Now moving on to the weather in Chicago. So in an interview with IGN, the occupationally gameplay programmer David did say that he wanted to make the weather as realistic as he could. And that he really wanted to get the windy aspect of Chicago as it does have in real life as well. And that is exactly what they went ahead and done. So with that being said, that does mean that this is also going to affect you quite a lot, and the pedestrians as well. It does mean you are going to see things flying out of people's hands, and when it is raining your car will be slipping all over the place and all that good stuff. So it's going to be really fun and challenging at the same time, and once again it's going to add to the more realistic side of things. For example, after it does rain in the game, there is going to be puddles all over the place, so I do think that this is really cool. Now it doesn't stop there, because the lead gameplay designer Danny B. Langer did say that multiplayer is going to make you paranoid. Now as you of course are aware, when you are playing multiplayer, anyone in the world can join your game. And he does say that it's going to create this online dynamic that you probably didn't initiate before. His words were, it's going to cause paranoia because anyone could be staring at you and you wouldn't be aware if they are doing so. And we do know from the multiplayer gameplay video that not everybody is going to look like Aiden Pearce apart from us, at least in our point of view, but really our enemies are going to be disguised as random NPCs, and we are also going to be NPCs in their eyes too. So without doubt, this is definitely going to be really challenging but fun at the same time, and like he did say himself, it will add a bit of paranoia as well. But what do you think on this, and are you looking forward to playing multiplayer in Watch Dogs? Let me know right now down in the comments below. But either way, this does bring today's video to an end, and I hope you guys did enjoy it. And if you did miss earlier's video, I will link it for you down in the description below. And if you are new to this channel, thank you for stopping by. Please do hit that subscribe button below to stay up to date with the latest in Watch Dogs news, ideas, updates, and all that good stuff. That will be really appreciated. And of course, you will become an amigo and part of the amazing, awesome, beautiful team. But either way, I will see you in my next video, which will be tomorrow. But until then, guys, hope you have an awesome day, and adios amigos.